Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brushes and Bunnies, and today we're gonna have another sketchbook discussion. This is part 2 of my sketchbook diaries, and today we're going to be discussing criticism, how to take criticism, how to apply it to your work, how to see the positivity out of the words you may be reading or hearing from other people who are critiquing your work. This is probably one of my favorite topics just to discuss because it has been a struggle for me to come to terms with it. But before we dive into the actual discussion, I just want to start off by saying that the sketch that I'm currently drawing in this video is a watercolor sketch. So I am using a watercolor sketchbook. It is a super cool thing. I love sketching random drawings with watercolor, and you guys can find all of my materials that I'm using down below in my description. Alright, now let's jump into the topic of criticism. So, criticism. What is criticism? So here we have a dictionary definition. Basically, criticism is the analysis and judgment of the merits and faults of a literary or artistic work. So yeah, it's definitely the expression of disapproval of someone or something on the basis of perceived faults and mistakes. So for those of you guys who are in the art industry, who are in, design, anything to do with creativity, there will always be your best friend or your arch nemesis will be criticism. And some people will consider this as a really bad thing, and others will consider it as a really good thing. I'm one of those people that really see criticism as a good thing. However, that being said, there are different forms of criticism that you can receive and you can also provide. Criticism has always been one of those things that you just have to learn how to live with. I think as you grow up, you don't really get exposed to that much criticism in elementary school. It's more so starting in high school, especially when you're taking art classes, you will start to get critiqued by your peers, maybe sometimes your teacher, but I think overall it's pretty positive. From my experience anyways, I haven't had any issues where I felt sort of like, whoa, okay, like I didn't really have a rude awakening in terms of criticism. I think that my rude awakening came in university. And I was going to design school, so I was going for my Bachelor of Design, and most of the time I think probably, I don't want to say like 50% of my course was criticizing other people's work, sitting together, looking at how we can improve things, maybe what they can do differently, and also towards myself. Like, they would look at my work, they would say, okay, maybe you should do it differently this way. And in school, you're taught to criticize. You're taught to learn how to criticize and how to speak and how to approach things without being completely rude or sounding like a giant troll. You're definitely taught how to do this, and I think it's just out of respect for the artist and out of respect for the industry. But something that you're not taught in school is how to accept criticism. And this is unfortunately just something you have to learn yourself. And it's one of the hardest things to overcome. And I think it's just a learning curve in terms of being an artist and a creative person working in the creative industry. You will always have people who will come up to you and maybe say positive things or maybe say negative things. And this is a form of critique, regardless if it's positive or negative. And the way that you perceive it, the way that you take it in and kind of accept it or digest it, and how you maybe apply it to your artwork afterwards is all up to you. And this is something you have to learn. And as for myself, this has been a tough journey. It's not that I struggled in university for this. I knew that was part of the course. I knew that was part of the actual classes and the program. And they warn you at the beginning. They really warn you. They tell you that, part of the job here is to critique others and also be critiqued yourself. And you have to stand up. You have to sell your work. You have to promote yourself. And you also need to defend yourself if anyone asks you why you designed something this way. And I think it also applies for art. Although I can't really speak from an art school perspective because I never had any sort of art classes. But yeah, going up there and learning to accept it is so tough. For the first few times, you're just like, oh my god, like everyone hates what I'm doing. Everyone hates my style. And it's a bit embarrassing, but it really makes you stronger, I think. It definitely makes you stronger. I think that another aspect of criticism also comes from the internet. So we all know that the internet is a huge place and can sometimes be scary, and you can meet all kinds of people from all over the world. It's pretty interesting in terms of my experience so far, what I've gotten with this YouTube channel. I've gotten so many positive comments, so many beautiful words, very inspiring, very motivating, very full of support from you guys, and I of course always appreciate it, and it's really giving me a driving force to continue on with drawing and pushing myself to grow. However, on the flip side, I have gotten a little bit of these negative comments. Now, when I say negative comments, I don't typically mean something like, oh, like, maybe you should improve on how to draw the eyes, I see that you're struggling, or here you can use this technique, this is something that really helped me and maybe it could help you as well. Just certain things like that is completely fine. This is constructive criticism and I definitely accept it, although I know that for some of you guys it might suck to hear. For myself, I've gotten over the fact because I do realize I need to improve. I'm not a professional by any means, and I am doing this YouTube channel in terms of, you know, pushing myself to really, really grow. So I do know that I have a lot of room for improvement. Take this drawing, for example. I'm drawing a human face, and I typically don't draw this, and I struggled throughout the entire thing, but I really pushed myself to finish it. And of course, there's a lot of room for improvement, and I'm sure some of you guys will comment on that. But here's the point, like, that is constructive criticism. I am well aware of it, and I really do appreciate that you let me know and you write these things. It does help. However, there is another darker side to criticism. There are those people who comment who will put you down completely, who will fight with you, who will tell you you're good for nothing, that you should just stop trying, you should just stop drawing, that you shouldn't even be making videos because you suck so bad. I've gotten a couple rude ones, and I've tried to ignore it. I've tried to see the positivity out of it, but at the end of the day, it just made me feel really, really bad about myself. This is where it can get very, very dangerous for you guys. Because if you take these words to heart, so if someone tells you, hey, your drawing sucks, you should just stop drawing, you don't know what you're doing, you're horrible, you will never improve, you will never be as great as this person, or yeah, I don't know, just these sort of words that you hear, this is really not constructive, this is really just damaging. And if you take those words to heart and you let it affect you and you think about it over and over again, and every time you draw you hear those words, this is where it gets dangerous, because it's actually demotivating you and it's making you think that you're not good enough. And this is just completely awful. It's really, really I just hate when this happens. I hate when this happens. It's like, it's unnecessary. No matter where you are in your drawing career, you will always need to improve, you will always need to learn. And if you're starting off, my suggestion to you guys is, please do not take these words at heart. Take the words that will help you, take the words that are positive, take the words that will help you grow, help you learn, take the help from people who are willing to help you, but try to ignore these people, these people who really just say things just for the sake of saying things. I mean, in this day and age, we are definitely living in a world that is very scary and very negative, especially as of late. And honestly, guys, be nice to each other, just support each other, and yeah, I don't know. This topic really gets to me. It really gets to me because I've been struggling, and I've been really wanting to help other people kind of see that they're worth it, and they should definitely keep it up, keep drawing, don't give up. Just do it. If you really enjoy it, just keep doing it. Do not care what other people think. Just go for it, because that's the way you will actually get better. And within a year's time, guys, if you guys really ignore all of this and you continue to push and challenge yourself just for the sake of art and the sake of making yourself happy, I guarantee you, within a year's time, you will be so good. Like, you will be so much better than you were before. And you can go back in those people and be like, haha, look, I can now draw a face. What do you have to say about that now? But jokes aside, guys, you have to learn how to accept criticism, and you also need to learn how to see the positivity out of criticism. Whether it's positive or negative, it will always be there. It will be part of the art industry as well as life in general. So let me know in the comments below whether you agree or disagree. Also, what does criticism mean to you? I would love to hear your stories. Give this video a big thumbs up, it really supports me, and also don't forget to subscribe. I'll be coming out with another video on Thursday and hopefully be live streaming on the weekend. So I want to wish you guys all a fantastic and lovely day.